Hello, so let's do a very brief tutorial on making a template that you can use over and over again to make bell ringers or exit tickets or any other kind of very quick formal assessment. We're going to use Google Forms for this, and then we're going to post it to Classroom, and we'll take it as a sample just to kind of demonstrate. There's three ways to get the forms. You can either type in forms.google.com like this and hit enter. You can access it from the little Google Apps waffle, that's what some people call it, and it's somewhere. If you scroll down, you can find it. There it goes, right there. And you can also access it from your Drive by just clicking New and then going to Forms. We are going to start here because this has a default option to make a blank quiz. You can really make a quiz out of any form, even if you make a blank one out of Drive. It just kind of depends on how you change it up here. So we're going to start here in this little gear because this is where we need to set up some stuff to make sure it works the way we want it to. So first thing that's most important, we want to collect emails. That way we know which students did what things. And second, we want to turn on response receipts if we want them to get a copy of their answers too. Chances are, if you're doing this, you want them to be able to review it. Just set it to always, and every time they do one of your bell ringers, it will email them a copy of what they said. Leave this on. That way, we make sure that nobody else outside of River Road finds it. And you can limit it to around one response. That way, they can't go in there and do their bell ringer, 16 times. This edit after submit is up to you. Simply, if you want them to be able to go in there and change it, they can. That's on you. Probably not, though, if you're trying to get, honest kind of data. These two, also up to you. Doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want here. Shuffling the question order doesn't actually shuffle the answer choice order, just the questions, like which one comes first, second, third. So you can leave that on if you want to. And then quizzes option, if you aren't making a quiz or if you open just like a truly blank form and not a blank quiz, you turn this on and it will do it for you. Locked mode is nice, but only if they are on their Chromebook at school on school Wi-Fi. Any other Wi-Fi connection, it won't let them do this. So keep that in mind, because if you have kids who are online learning, they can't take this quiz. Release the grade, you can let them know their grade immediately after they hit submit, and you can also change it to later if they have like short answers and you don't want them to get freaked out because they make like a 50 because half your test is short answers, and it'll just give them a 0 automatically if they don't match the exact right short answer you put in there. So use this if you're going to do short answers, essays, any kind of writing. For everything else, just leave it like this. This is also up to you. If you want them to be able to look and see which answers were right and stuff, then you can do this, especially if you want them to be doing like a daily review, then you've got this here. But these are all your options, and then just say save. So we're going to make this be our bell ringer template. We're going to use this for everything kind of every day. You can just put it in here, a little description, daily bell ringer. Doesn't matter. You could even put something in here that's like date, so that you remember to actually do that. What I would do is probably take it like this and come up here so we can change the name. Bell ringer template. That way you remember to change the date of this, especially if you're doing it every time. So pay attention to this up here, this total points. Right now it's 0 because we don't have any questions with points assigned to them. So to make your life easier, we can start with a name question. Make it required, obviously. Notice how this says 0 points. That's the important piece. Okay, we don't want the name thing to be a right or wrong answer. It's just their name. It is collecting their emails, which is good. We just want it to, it almost makes them feel better, and it also can help you look and see who did what a lot faster than trying to read email addresses. Okay, so for this particular example, we're going to make a 4-question bell ringer. Obviously, you can make it however many you want to, but we're going to make it 4 questions. So question 1, and then come down in here, and you're going to start putting in your answer choices. So for this example, I'm just going to have A, B, C, D. Google Forms is smart enough to know, like, if you put A for this, you're probably going to put the rest of these letters. So we'll just import all those in there at one time. We want all these to be required, obviously. And now we're going to go into answer key. this is where we get to assign point values to things. So this is a 4-question bell ringer, so I'm going to make it be worth 25 points because I'm going to have 4 questions. And for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to make A be the correct answer. You can also add answer feedback so that when they, if it'll do it, thank you. So if they answer anything wrong, you can tell them why it's wrong. You can say like B is wrong because C is wrong because, you know, and so on and so forth. You can also have feedback on the correct answer. Like if they get their correct answer, just say like, great job, whatever. You can attach links and YouTube videos. So if they get the wrong answer and you want them to have a very, you know, a brief video about why it's the wrong answer, you can put that here or link them to other material if you wanted to. And then you say done. Now, because we're making this template, I'm just going to copy this same question 3 more times. And notice how when I copy it, the total points go up because each of these questions is worth 25 points. So then we get to total points of 100. That's what we're looking for. Okay, we're going to change these. Question 2. This one's question 3. This one's question 4. And then notice that in this part, you can see the little green check mark that tells you this is the right answer. Question 2, you're going to see that you're all the same. So forms won't shuffle the answers. So you might want to come in here and make this one, you know, maybe this one is D. You can change these every time you make it. It's honestly up to you. Okay, so I'm going to leave all these as A just so that I remember when I come in here and clone this that this is my A is always going to be the right answer, and then I can move them around after that. Because you can just grab this and drag it to somewhere else. Okay, so this is, like I said, our template. So now what we're going to do is we can preview it, and we can look and see what it should be like on their end. So this is what they would see if they were doing this form. So then they would say, you know, A, B, A, D, and then submit. Oh, I forgot to put my name. There we go. Submit. Yay, my response has been recorded, and then I can view score. And it'll tell me which ones I got right and wrong. So it tells me my total points up here. I got a 50. Oh, bummer. Right? The correct answer was A. Okay, pretty basic. It'll send me a report as well. Let me close out of this. I'll show you the report because it just got sent to my email. So then you can see over here, oh, it's freaking out on me. There we go. So then you can see over here in my email, it shows me the exact same information. These are all the things I put in. And then I have it, and I'm there to, I can click this and I can view the score. And I can look at the exact same screen again. So then I have a review of what I was looking for. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to close out of there. We're going to make a copy of this, but we're going to make a copy of this in our drive. Oop. There we go. So we're going to make a copy of these, and we're going to have a folder. That way it doesn't get messy as we make, you know, a daily copy of this every day, because that would be kind of a lot to keep up with, and it will make your drive get messy very fast if yours isn't already messy very fast like mine. So I have the folder here that I was already using. This is called Forms Example. I'm just going to move this bell ringer template that I just made. I'm just going to move it to that Forms Example. Simply because that's what makes sense to me to put it in there. You would just make a new folder and drop it in there. Here we go. And move here. All right. So then I'm going to come into Forms Example. Thank you. All right. So I have this one that I made yesterday as an example of doing this, but I have this one right here, bell ringer template. What I'm going to do is I'm going to right-click it and say Make a Copy. All right, now when I double click this, notice it says copy up here. It is literally the exact same thing. All the settings are the same. It's just it's a new file form of it. So I'm going to change this to say whatever today's date is, the 27th, 8/27 bell ringer. Do it however makes you happy. Doesn't make a difference to me. All right, 8.27. Okay. So now my kids know this is the same, I know it's the same, it's on the same spot, and all my responses will go here. Thank you. Okay, so then I'm going to come in here, change all my questions so that they make sense, and then I have it. So this is ready to go. So now, let's go to Classroom, and I will show you how to post these. And what's cool is that you can, if you know what you're going to make for your bell ringers every day, we'll let these load up here in the background, you can make all your bell ringers and have them ready, and then we can go into your classroom and you can schedule all of them to post. So then you're ready to go without having to worry about it. You can draft them, you can schedule them. The only problem is you can't schedule among multiple classes all at the same time. Okay, so let's pop in here. I'm going to go down to my test classroom, where I do things for demonstration purposes. I have a lot of Google Classroom, so it's kind of freaking out. We'll get there. There we go. Alright. So here is my classroom. I'm going to go up here to classwork. Chances are I'm probably going to want to make some kind of topic that's going to be for all my bell ringers so they aren't, you know, in a confusing way. I'll just go to topic here, and I'm going to say bell ringers. Call it Bellworks, your do nows, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So I'm going to say create. I can say quiz assignment. It'll try to make me one on its own. I don't want to use theirs though. I'm going to add a file, and I'm going to go find my one for today, for 8/27. Notice it's sitting right here underneath my recents. If it's not here, I can just go find it in my drive, but that's convenient. Okay. You can turn on locked mode from here. Classroom can import grades for assignments. Okay. So what you want is to leave this on, because then it'll take their grade from their form and it'll put it in here in Classroom, which then further puts it in Skyward. All right. So we'll just call this bell ringer 8:20. Oh, I said 9:27. Not yet. 8:27. It's a bell ringer, they probably know. Click the form, link to do today's bell ringer. Great. Set your due date. Since this is today's, it makes sense for it to be today. Topic, I'm going to pick bell ringers so that it stays organized. You can assign it to multiple classrooms, and if I wanted this to go up later, I can click here and say schedule and tell it when I want it to be. So we're a little behind because I can't schedule it for today since it's already today, but I'm pretty sure I can make it for the due date. Let's just make it 11:59 p.m. See if it likes that. It does. So then I can schedule it. Well, that doesn't make sense because we won't have time to do it. But you get the point. You can schedule it there, whatever. You can also save it as a draft if you wanted to post it later. And it'll save it. And then it's sitting right here. And then as soon as we're ready, we can come back into edit and we can post it. Or schedule it for later. And you can also draft across multiple class periods. And then they go in there, they do it. You get, their responses will be shown like this. So I did the sample one. Their responses show up like this, and you can see. I can see the average points distributions, which questions are getting missed the most. I can see their scores, names, and then all these other kinds of different things. And I can also look at individual responses. So I can go find this one from Jacob, and I can read through his stuff and see how he did. So that's all you have to do for this. If you have more questions, just let me know.